Rhaenyra Targaryen just won the Iron Throne. So why does this episode spend an hour proving that was the easy part? This episode is called Rhaenyra Triumphant. That's actually the title of a real chapter from Fire and Blood, the one that opens right after Rhaenyra takes King's Landing. But the show wears that title like a knife behind its back. Nothing about this hour feels like triumph. It's the queen learning that conquering a throne and holding one are two completely different wars. Structurally, it's also the strangest hour the show has ever done. No massive dragon battles. No sprawling multi-location war map. Outside of the opening scene, every single moment is filtered through Rhaenyra's own perspective, and by the end, you understand exactly why she's cracking. Let's break down what actually happened and why it matters more than any battle this season. The episode opens far from King's Landing in the Reach. Daemon Targaryen rides up with 3 of the largest dragons on Team Black at his back. Lord Ormond Hightower has 15,000 soldiers. It doesn't matter. Facing down Dragonfire, Ormond kneels and pledges loyalty to the new queen. Daemon accepts the surrender, then adds one more demand almost as an afterthought. He wants Prince Daeron, Alicent's youngest son, handed over as a hostage. It's an easy win. Too easy. Honestly, for a war general as sharp as Daemon. That unease is the whole point of this episode. Here's the twist that changes everything. After the cold open, the camera never leaves Rhaenyra's side again. Every scene, every hallway, every whispered threat, we experience it exactly as she does. It's a bold structural choice, and it turns a political drama into something closer to a psychological thriller. The first thing Rhaenyra learns as queen? The treasury is empty. There's barely enough gold to pay her own soldiers, let alone stage a coronation. She accuses Alicent of sabotage, but Alicent pushes back hard, reminding her that she kept her end of the deal. She sent Aemon away, and she stopped the archers from firing on Rhaenyra's dragons during the takeover. The alliance between these two women is already fraying, and it's barely been a day. Then comes the faith. Rhaenyra asks the High Septon for a quick public blessing to shore up her legitimacy. He refuses flat out, calling dragons profane magic born of pride and destruction, and warning her not to make an enemy of the church. It's a small scene, but it's a warning shot for the entire back half of the season. And then there's Corlys. Over a private dinner, the Sea Snake finally admits what everyone suspected. Adam and Alan are his bastard sons, and he wants them legitimized as Valerians. Rhaenyra says no. Her reasoning is brutal in its honesty. Her own children's parentage is already whispered about behind her back, and legitimizing Corlys' sons only draws more attention to that lie. Daemon knights the dragon seeds anyway, Ulf, Hugh, and Adam, but without the Valerian name attached. It's a consolation prize, and Corlys reads it exactly that way. Watching his own blood get a sword tap and a new name, but not the one that actually matters to him, is what finally breaks him. This time, in front of the court, he says the word out loud, the same word that cost his own brother his head. Bastards. The fracture between Rhaenyra and her most powerful ally just went public. The most quietly devastating stretch of the episode is personal, not political. Rhaenyra hallucinates her dead son Jace walking toward her through the halls of the Red Keep, only for the figure to dissolve into a serving boy. Later, right before her first public appearance as queen, her body reminds her that ruling doesn't pause for anything, not even her own biology. She's told not to wear a sword, and not to wear jewelry either. Every choice about how she presents herself becomes a political calculation nobody would ever force on a king. Then there's the banquet. To punish the nobles who hoarded food during her own blockade, Rhaenyra serves them a feast of roasted rats while her city watch raids their storehouses and redistributes the food to the starving small folk. It's a savage, brilliant piece of political theater. But one guest doesn't storm out offended. Ser Torrhen Manderly, a sharp new face at court, quietly compliments her on the move, then reminds her that the famine she's fixing is the famine she caused. It's the first real crack in her victory narrative, and it comes from someone who isn't even angry at her. Which brings us to the ending. Rhaenyra chooses mercy over vengeance, deciding to send the captured Daeron to the wall instead of executing him. It feels like her one clean, righteous decision of the episode. Then she lets Alicent see him. Alicent doesn't recognize her own son. The boy breaks down and confesses. Lord Ormond forced him to play the part. The real Daeron is still out there, hidden, protected, and free. And word arrives that while everyone was distracted by a fake prince, Ormond's real army seized the town of Tumbleton and captured a young dragon. Rhaenyra didn't win the war today. She got played. And Team Black is about to find that out the hard way. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And subscribe for our next House of the Dragon breakdown.